Good evening, Big Blue Nation, and welcome to Giant Central on this electric Friday night. I'm your host, Chris Marino, and folks, can you feel that buzz in the air? For the first time in what feels like forever, there's genuine hope swirling around East Rutherford. The New York Giants may be 2-9, but after what we just witnessed against the Green Bay Packers, this team is playing with the kind of fire that reminds you of those glory runs in 07 and 11. A new era has begun under interim head coach Mike Kafka, and let me tell you, the reviews are pouring in hotter than a Meadowlands tailgate in December. Let's start with the headline everybody's talking about. Mike Kafka's debut as the man in charge was nothing short of inspiring. Yes, the final score didn't go our way against a Packers team that's squarely in the NFC playoff hunt, but if you watched that game, you saw a Giant squad that refused to roll over. 2 rushing touchdowns from the workhorse Devin Singletary, a gritty scoring scamper from veteran quarterback Jameis Winston, and a defense that flew around like it was 1986 all over again. This wasn't the same lifeless group we'd seen in weeks past. This was Big Blue fighting tooth and nail, and the man deserving the lion's share of the credit? None other than Coach Kafka. Offensive coordinator turned interim head coach Mike Kafka stepped into an absolute firestorm after Brian Daboll's dismissal, and instead of shrinking, he rose to the occasion. Even the newly promoted offensive coordinator Tim Kelly, who slid into Kafka's old play-calling chair, couldn't stop singing his praises. Quote, "He did a fantastic job. Obviously not the easiest situation to step into, but he made sure the team was ready to play, and I felt like our players responded really well to him." Kelly went on to say the sideline was buzzing with energy, guys were flying around for 60 minutes, and that, my friends, is the clearest sign yet that the locker room still believes. Now, let's talk about the elephant in the room, or should I say the 3 elephants. For the first time all season, the Giants took the field without their projected future core. Rookie quarterback Jackson Dart, electric wideout Malik Neighbors, and powerhouse running back Kafka Tebow, all sidelined with injuries. That's like the Yankees playing without Judge, Soto, and Cole on the same night. Yet somehow, someway, New York stayed within striking distance of a legit Super Bowl contender. That tells you everything you need to know about the culture Kafka and this staff are rebuilding on the fly. And can we give a massive MetLife Stadium roar to the return of a hometown hero? Queens native Isaiah Hodgins, remember him? Drafted by Buffalo, spent 3 years in Giants blue, bounced around San Francisco and Pittsburgh, signed back with the team literally on a Thursday, learned the entire game plan in 48 hours, and then went out and hauled in 5 catches for 57 yards like he never left. Tim Kelly called it one of the coolest things I've seen in my 10 years in the league. Hodgins playing with that kind of chip on his shoulder? That's pure New York right there, baby. Let's zoom out for a second and put this in historical context. The last time the Giants were 2-9 this late in a season was 2017, the infamous Ben McAdoo bench-clearing year that ended with a total teardown. But here's the difference. That team quit. This team is scratching and clawing. Devin Singletary is averaging 4.8 yards per carry since becoming the full-time bell cow. Dexter Lawrence, Big Dex, is still wrecking interior lines like he's prime Aaron Donald. Brian Burns and Kayvon Thibodeau are generating pressure at the highest rate since the Strahan OSI days. And now you've got Kafka, a branch off the Andy Reid coaching tree, injecting life into an offense that looked comatose just 2 weeks ago. Trivia time for the diehards. Did you know Mike Kafka is only the 4th former Giants quarterback to become a head coach in this franchise's 100-year history? The others: Benny Friedman in the 1930s, Ali Sherman in the 60s, and Earl Pottiger way back in 1927. Pretty select company. And at 38 years old, he's the youngest Giants head coach since 39-year-old Steve Owen took over in 1930 and proceeded to win 2 NFL championships. History doesn't repeat itself, but it sure does rhyme. Looking ahead, the schedule doesn't get any kinder. Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern on Fox, the Giants head to Detroit to face a Lions team that's roaring toward the 1 seed in the NFC. Then it's a Monday night trip to Foxborough to face a Patriot squad that's suddenly playing spoiler with Drake May slinging it. 2 playoff teams in 6 days before the bye week. If Kafka can steal even one of these, especially in the cauldron of Ford Field, the "Fire Daboll, hire Kafka" chants are going to get deafening. Fictional press box quote of the week: imagine this from a grizzled Giants lifer like Carl Banks on WFAN tomorrow morning. "Look, I played with LT, I played for Purcell's, I've seen what real leadership looks like in that building." Kafka's got that quiet fire. He's not screaming like Coughlin, He's not drawing up cartoons like McAdoo, he's just getting grown men to play hard for him. That's the first step. Everything else, scheme, draft picks, free agents, comes after that. And let's be real for a second, the playoff ship has sailed. But these next 6 games are about something bigger. They're about pride. They're about proving to the league that the New York Football Giants are never an easy out, no matter the record. They're about giving Joe Schoen and the front office a clear picture of who wants to be part of the next great Giants era, and who needs to find a new locker room. So here's my prediction. Giants shock the world and play Detroit 2 within a touchdown on Sunday. Jameis Winston channels his inner 30 TD, 30 INT chaos energy for the good side this time. Devin Singletary eclipses 120 total yards, and Isaiah Hodgins scores the garbage time touchdown that has Giants Twitter declaring him Hodgins Island 2.0. Book it. Big Blue Nation, this feels like the start of something. It may not show up in the win column right away, but the heartbeat is back. The swagger is creeping in. And if you've been bleeding blue since the days of Phil Simms and Harry Carson, you know better than anyone. Once the Giants get that taste of playing inspired football again, good luck to the rest of the league when the roster finally catches up. Make sure you're locked in Sunday at 1 o'clock when your New York Giants invade Detroit. Wear the jersey, crank the volume, and let's remind the NFL why nobody circles the wagons like Giants fans. For all of us here at Giant Central, I'm Chris Marino. Until next time, let's go Big Blue.